Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited because check out what's behind me. It's a 2024 Mercedes GLS. This is Mercedes' largest SUV, and quite honestly, it's one of the largest mid-size luxury SUVs that you can get. It's bigger than the Lexus TX, it's bigger than the BMW X7, it's bigger than the Volvo XC90. So until you get to like a Navigator Escalade size vehicle, the GLS is kind of as large as you can go. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of 3 with number 4 on the way, and I'm a certified child passenger safety tech. All right, let's get started. So the Mercedes GLS got redesigned for 2020, and 24 received a little bit of a facelift. Honestly, it's very minor. Unless the two cars were standing next to each other, you probably wouldn't notice, but the difference between the 2019 and the 2020 was pretty stark. So this tour is comparable to a 2020 and above Mercedes GLS. Now the GLS comes in a few different engine sizes. It starts at the 450, which is their smallest engine. This thing is the 580. So we have got quite a bit of power under this hood. And I have to say, I have really enjoyed driving this car for the week. Let's start by taking a look at the front end. I'm loving on the way that mine's equipped. I have this chrome detailing on the front with the huge Mercedes logo. I mean, that is so eye-catching on the road. I think this blue color is absolutely stunning. It's a very nice navy. LED headlights. Coming along the side, we have optional 22-inch rims that look incredible, and just a very big-sized car. Now, the Mercedes GLS is going to come with either a bench seat or captain's chairs. And I am lucky enough to have the bench seat today, so we're gonna talk all about 3 across. But as you can see, it's a nice size vehicle. It's about 6 inches shorter than an Escalade and a Navigator, and about 2 inches longer than a BMW X7, just to kind of give you a reference for where she falls. All right, the back end, a very nice flat back end with some chrome accents around it. Upgraded LED taillights for the 2024 model year. Overall, it's a simple, clean back end. I love it. Okay, before we get any further, let's just take a quick second to talk about price. Okay, so the Mercedes GLS 450, their base engine, base Mercedes GLS starts at $87, which is expensive. It's far more expensive than something like an XC90, a Lexus TX, an Audi Q7, even the BMW X7. This is definitely the most expensive you could get for the mid-size luxury. The one I'm touring today has an MSRP of $123,000. So we are really talking about like high trim Escalade pricing without the size here. So it's just something to note, like if you're a person who's really after a $100,000 car and you're all about the size, the Escalade's probably the better buy, because really what you're getting here is a lot of nice bells and whistles, but not really getting a lot more functional space for families than some other cars in its class. So like, yes, it's more spacious than the cars I've mentioned previously, but it's not like that much more. It's not that much more spacious. All right, so before we get to the car seat setup, let's break down this technology. Let's see what $123,000 really gets you. We're gonna start with the door panel, okay? So we've got a beautiful chocolate leather in here with some really nice chrome detailing and buttons. We've got our massaging seats, ventilated seats, heated seats, power seats, and then chrome windows as well. And then in the interior, we have a lot of nice fit and finishes. Heads-up display, this huge screen right here, completely digitalized dash, upgraded steering wheel with a lot of nice piano gloss black around it. I really like some of my ventilation in this car. I'm going to talk more about that in the second row, but a huge vent here, 4 vents there, and then a separate one for my passenger as well, so everyone feels nice and cooled off. We've got some fun features like the massaging seats. My favorite has been the hot relaxing stones. It actually turns on your heated seat while it massages you, so it's literally giving like hot stone massage. Like, I'm obsessed. We've got our navigation, obviously all of our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integrations. And then we move down to here where we have our climate control, which you guys know I really like when climate control is pulled out separately. A huge design flaw though is the cup holders and the climate control here, because like now I can't access it. Like, it should be here. That seems very annoying to me. And then additionally, my wireless charger and USB-C charging is back there also. So just don't love the cup holder placement. And really from here on, there's just kind of a lot happening. We do have refrigerated cup holders, which is kind of a fun feature. And then we get into our trackpad. So this is a touchscreen, but it also has the option to control with the trackpad. I feel as though this could go for me. This could be simplified. I'd rather have cup holders. I'd rather have storage. I'd rather have anything other than this. I'm not a trackpad girl. I just think the touchscreen is just so much more easier. And like, why have something do the same thing? You know what I mean? We've got air suspension on this car, which you can control right there. And then we get into our kind of smaller center console for the size of the car, not gonna lie. More fit and finishes, look at this. These like diamond-esque looking lights. I thought that was just like kind of something fancy. And then we have our panoramic sunroof, which extends nicely into the second row, really just letting in a lot of natural light. This is funny back here. Look at this. Cup holder, like a good cup holder. It fits the Stanley. And then what's next to it, you guys? All it could fit is a Dr. Brown bottle. Like, so weird. I really don't know like what that is designed for. Maybe like a Celsius can or like a Red Bull. Or if you're me, like a Dr. Brown bottle. I don't know. Kind of funny. Would rather have 2 cup holders. Okay, let's talk car seat setup because, hey, GLS, good freaking job. So we've got the bench seat, we've got the captain's chairs. But what did I already tell you? This is the highest trim. What is $123,000 MSRP, and we can still find a bench seat. So to the other manufacturers, to Toyota out there, if Mercedes can do a bench seat on their highest trim, why can't you do that in your minivan? What am I missing? Bench seat, love it. And you know what else is great? It's a good bench seat for 3 across. I was able to fit quite a few combinations. So it's a 60-40 split, but like I said, it's wide. I have 2, I was truly just like driving like random combinations of my children this week in this thing. So I have 2 forward-facing car seats and then my Nuna Pippa infant seat on the end. And it can be difficult to do convertible car seat and infant seat car seat combinations because technically the Pippa isn't a slim seat. And I was able to fit it. I also was able to fit a booster combination in here, which was impressive. So overall, I'm happy about the car seat setup, and it's 3 across approved for me. As far as the hardware is concerned, lower anchors on the outboard seats, tether anchors across the bench in the second row. In the third row, only 2 seats, which you know I like because what do we have? 2 comfortable seats instead of 3 uncomfortable seats. And they each have their own set of lower anchors and tether anchors, so I'm impressed. Okay, so here's a shot of me in the second row of the Mercedes GLS. Really nice knee clearance, head clearance, shoulder clearance, even next to a car seat. I'm feeling very comfortable. But let's take a look at this door panel. Okay, on this trim level, heated seats and ventilated seats in the second row. Very impressive. As well as my power seats right here to control it. But what is missing? Where are the sunshades in the $123,000 car? Where could they be? Something I'm loving is ventilation. This also is best in class. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ceiling vents, B-pillar vents, back of the center console vents, obsessed. These kids are gonna be well ventilated back here. I don't love how far back this center console comes, especially with kids in car seats, because like, this is, I mean, you can already see like my daughter has feet marks all over it from like the 20-minute drive we've had in it. Would love this to be just pushed way more up. But we do have dual zone climate controls there, and then of course our 2 vents. Sunroof is coming nice and back. Seats are comfortable, have good bolsters built in. And then this is also cool, you guys. Look at this button right here. You know what that is? That, my friends, is a power car seat tilt. Now, am I excited it has a car seat tilt? Yes. Do I think this is the world's slowest way to access the third row ever? Also yes. So, would love a non-power option, but it technically is still a car seat tilt, and that is something to celebrate. Also, something to note is the headrests in this car are a little problematic, and by a little, I mean a lot, but luckily the outboard ones are removable. The middle one is not removable. Okay, let's do the good and the bad of the third row. The good, the amenities, the ceiling vents, the charging, the cup holders, the fact that there's only 2 seats. The bad is this legroom. Tight. Tight, tight, tight. Even though this car is bigger than something like the Lexus TX, the Lexus TX has such better third row legroom. Like this in no way, shape, or form would be a car I would drive for adult passengers daily in the third row, even really children. That's why I kind of think like the bench seat is the move in this car. It's a good bench seat. If you have to use the third row for occasional use, fine. But it is just a little too tight back here. I'm not obsessed. Yeah, I mean, even with this seat, now guys moved all the way forward and reclined up as safely as I can with these car seats. Like, this just is like not, it's a no. It's a no for me, especially pregnant in a dress. All right, so here we have our trunk space. Decent sized trunk. I'm so sorry I don't have a stroller with me today, but could definitely fit a Mockingbird. It is a little bit of a raised floorboard. in kind of a shallow third row back. So you'd have to watch for like wheels hanging over because that could be kind of dangerous. A little bit of extra storage underneath here with your spare tire. And then these seats are on this side. Can fold completely flat. And now we have quite a lot of nice trunk space. You can of course also fold those second seats completely flat, but this feels like plenty of cargo space for anything I would need to do. And another huge benefit to getting the bench, because then the kids are here, the cargo's back here, and everyone's safe. So if you have 3 kids or less, I mean, it's just got to be the bench seat in the GLS. So that's going to wrap up this 2024 Mercedes GLS tour. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this ultra luxury, pretty friendly SUV, all things considered. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will talk to you next time.